Welcome back to The Vocalist. Today we are listening to the singer Matt Corby. I have heard him one other time before and he was covering the song Chains, so today we're going to watch a live performance of the song Brother. Here we go.
Sleep now under my skin, mate. Show you try to conjure the wind and ease my mind. Somebody call out to your brother. He's calling out your name. Oh, hiding under the covers with no one else to blame. Oh, you couldn't help out your own neighbor. You couldn't tell it to his face. You were fucked up by the blame. You cower in the corner, confide in your father. Let it out inside. Let it pass away.
Okay. Gosh. What I remember from that first time hearing him was how powerful and how soulful his voice is. The introduction for this song kind of took me by surprise because I was not expecting so much dexterity and so much versatility in his head voice. Let's go back. I love two effects, actually. I love that extra sort of, the extra pressure he put at the end of those initial notes to create that sort of like forceful, maybe even slightly primal sound. But then when he dipped into what would typically be a more comfortable range for him, keeping that head voice engaged, I think was so beautiful. And you could hear it was a little airier. It had a little bit more texture to it, but it was so smooth. It's so warm and so beautiful.
Sleep now under my skin, mate.
This right here is such an incredibly gorgeous tone. It is so unique. Let me start this section again.
Now under my skin, mate. Show you try to.
It's such a beautiful example of mixed voice, and I have to remind myself and so many singers, mixed voice can be so confusing because it means so many different things for so many different singers. And this is really, I would consider this a very head dominant mix, but because of how low it is in his range, it's taken on this completely different quality, and it's absolutely stunning. I love it.
Conjure the wind and ease my mind. calling out your name. Oh,
I just want to hear so much again. I know we're like a minute in. The very first, not very first, in this section, the first time he went from falsetto into his chest voice, that was seamless. And I want to try and find that again. Oh, no, not there. That, it's so beautiful. That he used a little bit of straight tone at the top and then allows the vibrato to come back in his head voice.
Somebody call out to your brother, he's calling out your name. Oh, hiding under the covers with no one else to blame. Oh, you couldn't help out your own neighbor, you couldn't tell it to his face. You were fucked up by the blame. You cower in the corner, confide in your father. Let it out and say.
And there, like, the amount of power and the amount of airflow we were hearing in that chest voice, for him to just be so, to show so much restraint when he then went back into head voice was good. I love the tone of his voice, but what he does with it, I mean, it's just vocal acrobatics.
Let it out and say, let it pass away. Sleep now under my skin, show you trying to conjure the wind and ease my mind. Ooh, ooh, somebody call out to your brother, he's calling out your name. Oh, hiding under the covers with no one else to blame. Oh, you couldn't help out your own neighbor, you couldn't tell it to his face.
I love the texture at the beginning of these phrases. It's so good. Instead of using a fry, it's this really luscious, almost bubbly texture at the beginning of these phrases. And I think it matches his overall sort of vocal aesthetic beautifully.
Call out to your brother, he's calling out your name. Oh, hiding under the covers with no one else to blame. Oh, you couldn't help out your own neighbor, you couldn't tell it to his face. You were fucked up by the blame. You cower in the corner, confide in your father. Let it out and say, you cower in the corner, confide in your father. Let it pass away. Let it break your day.
I meant what I said about vocal acrobatics because I remembered the agility, all the runs I heard the first time hearing him. One thing you'll notice with his mouth positioning, that his embouchure, is you don't see a lot of spread. There isn't a ton of wideness. Everything just seems so beautifully contained in this one neutral, slightly rounded space.
fighting you for them, let it pass away. Let it break you down. Wait there, pull yourself out of this state, dear. Acknowledge that you are fake here. From there on you might just grow. Oh. Somebody call unto your brother, he's calling out your name. Oh. Hiding under the covers with no one else to blame. La da 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 da. You couldn't help out your neighbor, you couldn't tell it to his face. You were fucked up by the blame. Oh, somebody call out to your brother, he's calling out your name. Oh, hiding under the covers with no one else to blame. Oh, you couldn't help out your own neighbor, you couldn't tell it to his face. You were fucked up by the blame. Somebody call out to your brother, he's calling out your name. Whoa. Hiding under the covers with no one else to blame. Whoa. Oh, you couldn't help out your own neighbor, you couldn't tell it to his face. You were fucked up by the blame.
I wasn't ready for it to end. I am just blown away by his skill, his musicianship, his vocal ability. We didn't hear as much of it in this piece, but his cover of Chains, there were so many riffs and runs. He has a huge range. He has so much dexterity when it comes to his registration. At the end of this one, we had a slightly harsher vocal texture than we heard previously, which it made sense with the text and his intention, but it was still so captivating to hear. And his tone, like that core, just initial, I don't know, mid-range tone when he's in chest voice is stunning. Like there's just so much to latch onto whenever you're hearing him, because I think I could listen to this same performance 100 times and be amazed by something new every time. He just does so much. So yeah, that's it for today. I definitely think I'm going to be adding him to some playlists so that I can hear more of his stuff, because like I said, this is just the second song I've heard of his, and I'm excited for more. So thank you guys so much for watching with me today, and hopefully I will see you next time.